What's good, my boy? Welcome back. If it's your first time here, welcome. We talk all about astrology here, particularly about synastry, romantic relationship synastry. So we're lovers over here. And if you want to know if your partner is a lover too, tap in. We're going to be doing all the synastry with all the planets, but for right now, we're focusing on sun synastry. Today, we're going to talk about sun in the 12th house. If you've seen most of my videos, you know I'm a 12th house synastry stan. I love 12th house synastry. It's the one that I have the most experience with. I just think it's deep, it's a little chaotic, it's emotional, it's the drama, and that's what I'm here for, okay? So let's dive right in. Right off the bat, very on par with 12th house synastry and how it behaves. With sun in the 12th house, when you meet this person, you recognize them right away on a soul level. Of course, it's the 12th house. It's gonna get spiritual. And in this one, more than any of the others we've talked about so far, talking to this person feels like you're in your own little bubble of space and time, and you just feel in your own universe. You're in your own energetic field. Like I was saying, these relationships instigate a lot of spiritual growth. You know, with moon in the 12th, it's about achieving a certain level of vulnerability, raw, deep vulnerability that you've never been to before. With Mars in the 12th house overlay, you're looking at how much is that person willing to do? How much is that person willing to sacrifice for you? With Venus, it's just drama. No, with Venus, it's about trust. Can I trust in what you say? And can I trust you to say what you're supposed to? With Sun in the 12th house, it's show me who I am. Show me what my talents and skills and gifts are. Show me why I'm special. You know, in a sense, it is looking at your purpose and breaking each of you down to the base of your being, to the fact that you're just a soul incarnated in a physical vessel. To understand, why are you here? What are you meant to do? Who are you meant to serve? Because of this, there's huge self-reflection in sun in the 12th house synastry. The other person in this relationship tends to become this catalyst for change for you. And because of that, it's very easy to idolize them, put them on this pedestal, even think that they're some type of a god or goddess. It's easy to get the blinders on for this person and think that just they can do no wrong, that if something happens, it must be my fault. And the longer this relationship continues, the more it feels like you almost need this person to continue to achieve a certain level of growth. So in that way, you can see how it can become dependent. But sun in the 12th, you know, it's immediately giving lifelong friendship at the very base. Even if your intention is for this to be a romantic relationship, mostly for the romancy part of synastry, you're looking at moon, Mars, Venus. But sun synastry can show you a lot just about your general affinity for one another. I feel like some people, when they hear the word friendship and we're talking about romantic relationship, they kind of cringe and they kind of panic, and it's like, so is that all I'll ever be, just a friend? No, friendship is the key, okay? This is the most pure of connections. And so I would encourage you guys to think like more positively about the word friendship when it's brought up. Like, that means it's solid. You know, it's that saying where it's like the friend is the one who's gonna see you go through all these other partners. They're the one that's the constant. And that's the place you want to be. You don't want to be passed over. But yeah, it's very easy for this relationship to just continue. It's very easy for you to blend and be in this person's life once you guys meet, because it's almost like too that you know that you're supposed to help this person through that next step in their evolutionary journey. You definitely do romanticize each other's character, especially from the house person's end. You really look at the sun person as almost like they're living in a movie and they're the protagonist, which is very dramatic, but you can see how that takes away the humanity level of that person. So it just goes back, it feeds into that they're a god, they're a goddess like type of energy. In a sense, the house person more times romanticizes the struggles that happen in the sun person's life It's like they'll hear, oh, they're going through this and they're going through that, and they'll kind of gloss over it and say, oh, they'll be fine, you know, they'll get through this. The protagonist always wins, you know. So, and on one hand, it's very positive for the sun person to hear that someone believes in them so much. But on the flip side, the sun person is like, okay, at the same time though, I just want to vent about this human life struggle for a second. Like, I don't want to just hear that, oh, I'll get through it. I can muster for myself that, you know I'll get through it. But it's about relating. The sun person feels this spiritual connection just as much as the house person, and so they want that relatability where it's like, okay, we both know kind of what it is to be nailed to the cross. For the most part though, if the house person can kind of just see the sun person as their equal, there is a very like pure unconditional love that can easily brew here. Out of all the 12th house synastry, the sun in the 12th is the least dramatic between like Mars, Venus, Moon. If you have a stellium falling into your 12th house, or your stellium is falling into someone else's 12th house, the cluster of planets can yield a lot of different results than if it's just the one Venus alone in the 12th house or Sun alone in the 12th house. Keep that in mind when you're listening to these videos. If you know that there's more than one planet in that house, so you're gonna have to kind of just like merge certain keywords and kind of just listen to what you know your situation is and see what actually resonates. In regards to the 12th house, if you have the sun in the 12th house along with say Venus or Mars, it can definitely help to give a more positive outlook to the synastry as opposed to without the sun. But this is one of my favorite ones because you're always encouraging each other to go after that base purpose, that reason for why you're like the most unique person. I feel like everyone wants their partner to see them as the single most individual, like most special person there is, and you get that with sun in the 12th. So I know it's hard, but power through, okay? And maybe one day you'll see it and love it as much as I do. That's all. I want to post more, guys. I want to post more, but life is busy, okay? But I wish you a beautiful rest of your Aries season, and we'll talk soon. Bye.